Here's something nobody tells you about getting older. The stiffness, the aches, the feeling like you aged 20 years overnight, that's not actually aging, that's disuse. Your body isn't breaking down because of the years you've lived, it's breaking down because of the movements you stopped doing. The good news is that you can reverse decades of decline with 7 specific exercises that target the exact markers of biological aging. No gym membership required, no fancy equipment, just your body and a few minutes a day. Let me show you how to turn back the clock on your body starting right now. We're beginning with the one movement pattern that predicts how long you'll live better than almost anything else. Scientists call this the mortality predictor, and most people over 40 have completely lost the ability to do it properly. It's the deep squat hold, not a squat where you go down and come back up. I'm talking about sitting in the bottom position and staying there. Here's why this matters so much. A landmark Brazilian study followed over 2,000 adults and found that people who couldn't get up from the floor without using their hands had a mortality rate 5 times higher than those who could. This one position tests your mobility, strength, balance, and coordination all at once. It's a full-body audit of your biological age. In cultures where people regularly live past 100, they spend hours every single day in this position. They're gardening, cooking, socializing, all while their hips, knees, and ankles are getting a mobility treatment that most Westerners pay hundreds of dollars for at physical therapy. Meanwhile, we've spent decades sitting in chairs, and our bodies have forgotten how to do what they were designed for. That's the tragedy. We've traded our birthright of natural movement for furniture. Here's how you reclaim it. Stand with your feet slightly wider than shoulder width, toes pointed out just a bit. Now lower yourself down as if you're sitting between your heels. Your goal is to get your hips below your knees while keeping your heels flat on the ground and your torso relatively upright. If you can't get all the way down, hold on to a door frame or a sturdy post for support. The key is to relax into the position. Let gravity do the work. You should feel a deep stretch through your hips, a gentle pull in your ankles, and your entire lower body waking up. This position decompresses your spine after a lifetime of sitting in chairs and standing upright. It mobilizes joints that have been locked up for years. It even improves digestion because this is the position your body was designed to be in for certain bathroom activities. Stay here for 1 to 2 minutes and do it multiple times throughout the day if possible. And here's what's incredible about unlocking this one position. Once you can sit comfortably in a deep squat, you start to realize just how many other movement patterns your body has forgotten. It's like finding one loose thread and discovering there's an entire tapestry waiting to be unwoven. That's when everything starts to shift. Imagine waking up 6 months from now and feeling like you've stepped into a time machine. Your knees don't creak when you stand up. You move through your day with an ease you haven't felt in years. You play with your kids or grandkids on the floor without that voice in your head saying, "How am I going to get back up?" That's not a fantasy. That's what happens when you give your body the specific stimulus it's been starving for. I've taken everything I know about reversing the aging process and distilled it into a complete system that goes way beyond these 7 exercises. If you want the full blueprint for moving, feeling, and looking 10 years younger, I've created a step-by-step guide you can follow from your living room. It covers the exact mobility sequences and recovery protocols that transform your body from the inside out. You can grab it using the link in the description below. Trust me, your future self will thank you. But let's get back to building that age-proof body, because mobility is only one piece of the aging puzzle. The real enemy of longevity is something called sarcopenia, which is just a fancy word for age-related muscle loss. After 30, you lose about 3 to 5% of your muscle mass per decade if you do nothing about it. This isn't just about looking good. Muscle is your metabolic currency. It's what keeps your blood sugar stable, your bones dense, and your metabolism running hot. Losing it is like watching your retirement account drain year after year. The answer is the world's most perfect exercise, and you've been doing it since you were a baby. The crawl hold. Get down on your hands and knees. Now lift your knees just 1 to 2 inches off the ground. Your back should be flat, your core braced tight, and your weight distributed between your hands and the balls of your feet. Hold this position. You'll immediately feel your entire body light up like a Christmas tree. Your shoulders stabilize, your core engages in a way that crunches could never touch. Your hip flexors, those chronically tight muscles from sitting, start to activate properly, and you'll shake. Oh, you'll shake like a newborn deer learning to walk again. That trembling isn't weakness. That's your nervous system remembering a strength pattern that modern life has stolen from you. The ability to support and move your own body weight through space. If this feels too intense, keep your knees on the ground but practice the braced position. If you want more challenge, start moving. Crawl forward slowly, maintaining that stable core and flat back. This is the exercise that trains your body to move as one integrated unit instead of a collection of disconnected parts. That integration is what keeps you agile and injury-free as you age. Now let's talk about something that happens to almost everyone over 40, and it's the silent destroyer of quality of life. Your hips start to lock up. You might not notice it at first, but eventually you can't tie your shoes without sitting down. You can't get up from the floor without using your hands. You start moving like you're 80 when you're only 50. This is hip flexor dysfunction, and it's completely reversible. The couch stretch is your solution, and despite the name, it's actually pretty intense. Find a couch, a bed, or a wall. Kneel down, facing away from it, and place the top of one foot up on the couch seat behind you, with your shin hanging down vertically. Your other foot should be planted flat on the floor in front of you in a lunge position. Now, here's the key part. Squeeze your glute on the side where your knee is down and gently push your hips forward. You should feel a deep, almost uncomfortable stretch down the front of your hip and thigh. This is 30 years of sitting at desks trying to release all at once. Breathe into it. Your hip flexors have been shortened and tight for so long that they're literally pulling your pelvis forward, crushing your lower back, and making you look older than you are. Hold this stretch for 90 seconds to 2 minutes per side. Do it every single day. This one stretch can eliminate years of lower back pain and restore the hip extension you need to walk, run, and move like a younger person. But here's what most people miss about aging. It's not just about strength and flexibility, it's about balance. Falls are the leading cause of injury-related death in older adults. One bad fall can start a cascade that ends independence. The reason people fall isn't weak legs. It's degraded proprioception, which is your body's sense of where it is in space. Every year you don't challenge your balance, this sense gets worse. The fix is simple, but it requires daily practice. The single leg stand seems almost too easy until you actually try it. Stand near a wall or counter for safety. Lift one foot off the ground and balance on the other. That's it. But here's where it gets interesting. Close your eyes. Suddenly, this elementary school exercise becomes a neurological workout. Your brain is frantically trying to keep you upright without visual input, firing up all those dormant stabilizer muscles and neural pathways. Start with 30 seconds per leg. Eyes open. When that feels easy, close your eyes and watch your time plummet. Work your way back up to 30 seconds per side with your eyes closed. Do this every single day, maybe while you're brushing your teeth or waiting for your coffee to brew. This one simple practice can literally save your life by preventing the fall that never happens because your body knows how to catch itself. Speaking of saving your life, cardiovascular decline is the other massive aging accelerator. Your heart is a muscle, and like every other muscle, it weakens with disuse. But here's the beautiful thing. You can strengthen your heart without ever leaving your living room, and it takes less time than you think. This is where we introduce controlled intensity. The high knee march in place looks gentle, but done correctly, it's a cardiovascular challenge that's completely scalable. Stand tall and march in place, driving your knees up toward your chest. Land softly on the balls of your feet. Pump your arms in opposition, just like you're running. Now here's the key. You control the intensity with your speed and how high you lift your knees. Start moderate, then push into a faster pace for 20 to 30 seconds, then back down to moderate for 30 to 40 seconds. This is interval training, which research shows is one of the most effective ways to improve cardiovascular health and even increase mitochondrial function, which is basically your cell's ability to produce energy. Do 3 to 5 rounds of these intervals, and you've just given your heart a workout that rivals what most people do at the gym. The difference is, you're doing it in a way that's joint-friendly and sustainable for the long term. Now we need to address the epidemic that's affecting nearly everyone over 35. Rounded shoulders, forward head posture, and that hunched-over look that adds 10 years to your appearance. This isn't just cosmetic. This posture restricts your breathing, compresses your organs, and creates chronic neck and shoulder pain. It's also completely fixable with one powerful position. The wall angel is physical therapy disguised as a simple exercise. Stand with your back against a wall, feet about 6 inches away from the baseboard. Press your lower back, your upper back, and the back of your head against the wall. Now raise your arms up into a goalpost position, elbows bent at 90 degrees, and try to press your elbows and the backs of your hands against the wall too. Here's where most people discover just how tight they've become. You might not be able to get your arms back that far. That's okay. This is your starting point. From this position, slowly slide your arms up the wall, like you're making a snow angel, trying to keep everything in contact with the wall. Then slide them back down. You'll feel like a puppet with invisible strings pulling your shoulders back and down, fighting against years of slouching. This is excruciating for most people at first, and that's exactly the point. You're opening up your chest, strengthening the muscles between your shoulder blades, and teaching your body what good posture actually feels like. Do 10 slow repetitions, and then hold the top position for 30 seconds. Your shoulders will burn, your upper back will fatigue, and you'll stand 2 inches taller when you're done. Do this daily, and watch the clock reverse on your posture. The final exercise is the one that ties everything together, and it's the ultimate test of total body strength and control. If you can do this movement well, you're functionally younger than 90% of people your age. If you can't do it yet, learning it will transform your body. This is the Turkish get-up, but we're going to break it down into just the first half, which is still incredibly powerful. Lie on your back with your right arm extended straight up toward the ceiling, like you're holding a glass of water that you don't want to spill. Bend your right knee and plant that foot flat on the floor. Your left arm and left leg should be out at a 45-degree angle for stability. Now, keeping your eyes on that right hand the entire time, use your core to roll up onto your left elbow. From your elbow, press up onto your left hand. You should now be propped up on your left hand, your right arm still extended to the ceiling, your right foot planted, and your left leg extended. This position requires shoulder stability, core strength, hip mobility, and coordination all working together. It's the movement pattern that lets you get up off the floor with grace, instead of struggling and rolling around. Hold this position for 10 to 15 seconds, then reverse the movement with control. Do 3 reps per side. When this feels easy, complete the full Turkish get-up by bringing your left leg through and standing up, but that's advanced work for another day. These 7 exercises are your blueprint for biological age reversal. But here's what makes them actually work: consistency. You can't do these once a week and expect miracles. The people who successfully turn back the clock on their bodies are the ones who show up daily, even when it's just for 10 minutes, even when it's not convenient, even when they don't feel like it. Start with this protocol. Do the deep squat hold, the crawl hold, and the single leg stand every single day. These are non-negotiable. They take 5 minutes total. 3 times per week, add in the couch stretch, the wall angel, the high knee march intervals, and the half Turkish get-up. That's your complete age reversal routine. You're looking at 15 to 20 minutes, 3 times a week, with a 5-minute daily practice. The results won't happen overnight, but they will happen. In 2 weeks, you'll move better. In a month, you'll feel different. In 3 months, people will start asking what you're doing because you'll look younger and move with a confidence that most people lose in their 30 seconds. In 6 months, you'll catch your reflection and do a double take because the person staring back at you moves like they're a decade younger. Because they are. Your body is designed to move, to be strong, to stay resilient well into your later years. These 7 exercises aren't adding anything new. They're simply reminding your body how to do what it was always meant to do. And that's the real secret to slowing down aging. You're not fighting time. You're just refusing to surrender to stillness.